Welcome into JacksonSun.com as we look ahead to the OVC basketball tournaments that are starting on Wednesday this week, Wednesday, March 6th, in Nashville. And one of the games in the opening day, actually the opening game in the men's tournament for the Ohio Valley Conference, involves UT Martin. And Craig, I know that you've been covering UTM basketball all season, so you've got you've been following them, and you have an idea of what's going on. And the men kind of qualified for the tournament last week. Are they looking for another run like they had a couple of years ago, where they made a strong showing in the tournament?
Well, that's exactly what they're looking for. I mean, it's a little striking, I guess, how similar the seasons go if you look at the numbers and everything like that. Obviously not an overwhelming number of wins. They got 5 in conference this year. Didn't have any last year, so I mean, a major improvement in that sense. But really, the big story right now is whether Miles Taylor is going to play or not. Sophomore forward for UTM, the leading scorer, leading rebounder, had a knee injury in the Austin Peay game on Saturday. That was a disastrous game just from a result standpoint. But if they lost him, I mean, that would be the worst part of it for sure.
Right.
It's really hard to see where UTM would get all that production from the other guys. Not that they can't step up to some degree, but I mean, the teams in the OVC are pretty good, relative to them anyway. So, I mean, it's going to be a challenge no matter what. But without Taylor, I mean, it's a much greater challenge, against a team like Morehead State, which has already beaten UTM once.
Right. Then on the women's side, the Skyhawk women, they don't play on Wednesday. They get a bye until Thursday's semifinals, quarterfinals. Yeah, I guess the OVC tournament has a odd matchup which we'll get in, or odd format which we'll get into later this week. But they get a bye to the quarterfinals, and they'll play Thursday at noon. And hadn't been as good a year for the Skyhawk women as the last couple of years when they've competed for the regular season championship. They're coming in as a 4 seed, but they got OVC Player of the Year Jasmine Newsom.
That's right.
They got 2,000-point scorer Heather Butler. What do you think about their chances coming in?
Well, it's like Kevin McMillan said in the press conference yesterday, we still got those 2 little guards that run around and do crazy stuff. So, I mean, that's kind of a trump card that UT Martin has over every other team in the conference. Regardless of their seed, they've got 2 players that are really a whole lot to handle, and arguably the 2 best players in the conference at any position. So that's something that they kind of always have. But the thing I'm going to write about for tomorrow is, what kind of contributions can they get outside of those 2? Because, I mean, I think it's fair to say that what they get from the other players will go a long way in showing what kind of a tournament they can have.
Right.
If it's all Butler and Newsom and you don't get a whole lot of points or rebounds from the others, kind of hard to see them winning the whole thing. If they do get people outside of those 2 to score a lot and to get some rebounds and play good defense, they definitely can win the thing and get back to the NCAA tournament. And I think Rakisha Bryan, their post player, has as much of a chance as being that person anyway. McMillan pointed out she's averaging in double-double, 10 and 10 in conference games, which is a big deal for, given how little post play they've had the last couple of years. To have somebody get to that point and, over this year has been, I think, a big thing for them. So I'm really interested to see how Rakisha plays, because I think it'll go a long way into showing what kind of tournament they have.
All right, well, like we said earlier, the play will start on Wednesday at 6 o'clock with the men. The women get started on Thursday at noon. It's all at Nashville Municipal Auditorium, which is in downtown Nashville. If you want to make the drive over and watch them in person. If you're not able to make the drive over, you can keep up with it online here on JacksonSun.com, or follow Craig on Twitter at WestTN Colleges. So stay in the loop one way or another, and check back with us for updates, post game, and end of the day recaps and beginning of the day preview. So we'll keep you in the loop as much as we can, and have fun following us. Thanks for watching.